We are always reminded to strike a balance in life. A balance between work and family, a balance between deen and dunya, a balance in many things. And another area of life where balance is required is a balance in our attachments to things or our detachment from things. Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu said, لا يكن حبك كلفا ولا يكن بغضك تلفا. Your love for something should not take you into a state of desperation where you are ready to incur all types of pain and anguish and discomfort or loss just because you like a certain thing. And if you dislike something, it should not reach the point where you want that thing to be destroyed and vanished from the earth. When he said these words, لا يكن حبك كلفا ولا يكن بغضك تلفا, his companion Aslam radiyallahu anhu said, وكيف ذلك? How do we go about striking that balance? So he said that when you like something, إذا أحببت فلا تكلف كما يكلف الصبي بالشيء يحبه. When you like something, when you're attached to something, then don't become like a little child, like a toddler who starts pursuing something and wants it at all costs, not being able to recognize whether that thing is beneficial or not. And sometimes the child will go to an extreme where they might even hurt themselves in trying to get it. Things around the home, could be treats, it could be some activity that they really want to do, and they're so desperate about it that they exhaust themselves trying to get that thing. So he says, don't become like that little child. And the child is like that because they cannot see the balance that maybe this is something good to have, but maybe this is not the right time. Maybe I've already had some, so I should not go and seek more of that same activity or that thing. The child is unaware of it. Sometimes we become like that child. We pursue something to the point of desperation, and then it brings us anxiety. It brings us pain. It brings us frustration. It brings us disappointment. And we become consumed by this pursuit of that thing that we really wanted. So he says, don't be like that child. Similarly, if you dislike something, وَإِذَا أَبْغَضْتَ فَلَا تُبْغِضْ بُغْضًا تُحِبُّ أَنْ يَتْلَفَ فِيهِ أَوْ مَعَهُ صَاحِبُكَ وَيَهْلِكَ. If you dislike something or if you dislike someone, don't hate with such an intensity that you want that person to be ruined or destroyed. Or you want that thing to be gone. I don't like it, so I don't want it to exist anymore. We should not go to those types of extremes. So even in love and hate, there should be some sense of equilibrium, some sense of balance. When it comes to people, there is another advice from Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu, where he says, أحبب حبيبك هونا ما عسى أن يكون بغيضك يوما ما وأبغض بغيضك هونا ما عسى أن يكون حبيبك يوما ما. If you love someone, then love them with a sense of balance and moderation. Don't go head over heels about every single person that you like, because there could be unpleasant encounters waiting for you down the road. And those encounters, interactions, experiences might lead you to not like them so much. And instead of liking them, your affection for them or your love for them all of a sudden changes to just hate. Now you don't want to see them anymore. Now you don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. You don't want them around you. So if a person rushes to love without a sense of balance, without deliberation, without thinking it through, then there are many disappointments and frustrations. And one of those Negative outcomes is that a person starts regretting, why did I ever like this person? And that is not a good feeling to have. So we should try to save ourselves from such an experience and having such feelings later. Similarly, sometimes we dislike a person to the extent that we cannot tolerate them at all, and we are going to almost extremes in hating them, doing certain things, saying certain things, acting in a certain way. But then later on, the encounters change. We start having pleasant interactions with that person. We start getting to know them better. We see them doing something that we never expected them to do. So what happens then? All of a sudden we start liking them. And then what's going to happen? We're going to regret hating them. So love and hate, the balance is that we should not approach either love or our dislike for something in such a way that we will regret it afterwards. Therefore, a steady course that involves calmness, that involves deliberation. There is nothing wrong with showing affection to everyone. There is nothing wrong with showing love and compassion and kindness to everyone. That is a beautiful thing to do. But what we're talking about is going to extremes of attachment and losing all sense of rationale, losing all sense of sensibility, and just blindly chasing after something without really understanding it or knowing it, which may lead to regret. And hatred and dislike for something or someone also has the same principle.